Well, good morning, campers. Or whatever intro we're going to use. I don't know. Keep saying something like that. Maybe we should just start saying howdy fuckers or something. I don't know. What should my intro be if you like this show? This is my survival kit. Now, this bag I was using for something else. I ended up deciding to go a different direction with that if you were watching those videos. And one of the reasons is this is like $100 thing, and I kind of like this as an EDC item. I don't carry my whole EDC in this, but like I have a mobile office kind of thing. And this thing usually lives in the bottom of the bag. And then all of the components that are in here are just pulled from the bag. That's all of the wilderness survival related items or whatever. And then I threw in a small fixed blade because there's always some small fixed blade in that bag too. So that is a knife I made that is kind of a buck 110 Puko with finger grooves, because why not? So if you need to carve shit or whatever, or shank a bitch, you got your little wee knife, right? You could carry a billion other knives there. That's just the one I happen to throw in. And then I have my medical kit in here kind of taken apart because it didn't fit in the bag very well. So the medical items from my trauma kit or whatever, I figure are on me too. So whether this stuff is in my purse, in my mobile office, in this bag on my hip because we're in the woods, it's usually at hand. Okay. And then this usually lives in the bottom of my purse. So it is a natural thing to throw in here. And if I can open the damn zipper. I am holding the camera with one hand, and it makes doing this kind of stuff interesting. But those are in my purse. Those are extra rechargeable batteries for my Peltors and this and a few other things. There's a set in the Peltors right now. And I don't know, it's like 50 foot of paracord probably. So this is all shit that is in that mobile office. And this would be the bag I would put it in if I were going to take this out for the day or something as my kit. And this carabiner is from Black Diamond. And it's not a climbing rated one. It's just one to hook a water bottle to. I put that on there. So that's kind of now my emergency field pack kind of thing for this gear. That's kind of how I'm thinking of it. If it's not going to be this bag, it would be something very similar. Okay, but this is the kit itself, really. And it's more or less made to be in my bag or purse. Whether it be a fanny pack, a purse, or my mobile office, or a book bag, or whatever. That's why you can carry this much crap, basically. If you're in your pockets, it's going to be hard to carry this. You could technically do it, and if you were in the woods and trying to survive, I would put all this shit in my pockets. But, you know, day-to-day life, I like to have emptier pockets than that. I think most people do. So, I like to have an EDC knife, and I usually just kind of have one of these in my pocket, and the rest are riding in the kit in the purse. That's because, like, these are pocket tools, a cheap kind of beater knife, a nicer expensive knife, and then a pocket slip joint wood carving tool thing, like GEC, really nice high-end slip joint, old school Whitland knife, basically. And the med kit, in case you didn't see those videos, this is 2 USGI bandages and I think a quick clot. And then there's a TK4 tourniquet in here, and all of that shit gets shoved into this pouch. And I started shoving it in sideways, and it holds in better that way. And this is a Yelko ankle rig. So like that is either on our ankle or in our bag. It's kind of how I treat it. Like, I like to wear some capri pants so it doesn't always work with the ankle. Not that you needed to know that, but people will wonder why. So then we have the actual like mini kit that I made. and the boiling vessel. And this is a GSI canteen cup for the Nalgene. But I can't really find a pouch that's made to use like that. And I like having the Nalgene just kind of free and dangling so you can take swigs from it and whatever. And this is a really nice size, a little pot to do stuff in. And it fits that mini kit perfectly. With other knives and shit in it, even, you know, even more so. So I like this, and this is cheap too. Like this was, I think this was $7.99 when I bought it. It's more than that now. Prices have gone up. When I bought that, it was like 2021. And sorry, we're opening the mini kit. I'm going to just dump a lot of this out and then we'll talk about it. This was designed to be a pocket kit. That's why it fits in here. And like in theory, you could still do that with it. And that's why, you know, it has its own little cordage and everything. You know, doing this one-handed, not the smartest idea. I thought about doing this with a tripod, but honestly, out here, I like the handheld. The tripod, I don't think is as good as this. It's not as good of a show. I have the freedom to kind of zoom in and be like a steady cam for you and shit. Like, I don't know, it might make you like sick to your stomach or some shit. Tell me what you think. Are you a tripod fan or a handheld fan? I like to think that my handheld capabilities are pretty good. So there's the Tough Possum pouch. I like these things. It's the only one I've ever had. It's kind of a stretchy spandex material. And it's just a little gear bag with a zipper on it. And they make these that are much bigger. But I like it for a pocket pouch. And I like it because you could put a rock in here and swing this thing. And now you have a red twirling, you know, signal thing. I think that's pretty slick. Just in and of itself. Then I've got, I don't know, this is probably like 10 feet or so of paracord. That's all that would fit in there. Commando wire saw. This is a little med kit. Mostly meds and then some sutures. I think there might be a couple of band-aids. Don't remember. I have band-aids in my wallet, so I probably didn't put any in it. This thing is arrowheads, which I think we can get out. I have to take it off camera though, because it's all stuck together. Okay, so we got two Essies there. And got it. Okay. Very difficult to do one-handed. This is a Vietnam era U.S. Marine Corps survival arrowhead I found in my grandfather's shit in an old ratted out USMC survival kit from his ejection seat. That basically everything was in it except for the Dexies. Wonder why, Grandpa? For those who don't know, Dexies, listen, Dexies Midnight Runners, the street drug, also known as like Dexo and hydroamphetamine or something like that. That's it. Amphetamine pills. Anyway, that's where that came from. That's where this little sheath came from. When I bought the Essies, I made a little pocket of duct tape around it to add a couple of those to it. And I kind of figured that this is more of an arrowhead and these are more like spearhead gig kind of things. And Condor makes kind of a better version of these, but I think if you had to press these into arrowheads, they'd be better. So I went with the Essies. I also like that they're $10.95. This is a little fishing kit, and I added a bunch of stuff to it. This is from Best Glide. This med kit was also from Best Glide. This is one of the saws my grandmother ordered that was supposed to be an electric chainsaw, and she got this and like a pocket chainsaw, like the chainsaw blade looking one and not just a wire one. So that's where that came from. I have no idea where to get that. It's the best one of those I've ever seen, though. China apparently knows how to make a wire saw. This is in there for a bobber for the fishing kit. I think there's one little bobber in there already somewhere. Yeah. But there's also a cork because it's cheap and light and whatever. And this is my little fire starter kit that also has a signal mirror in it. That little braided cord there you pull out, and there's a 2-inch signal mirror. See if we can't get it. There we go. So this is also from Best Glide. Is that not slick? You ever seen a fire kit that small with a full signal mirror in it? And there's enough quick tabs in here, which are these little tender things with the sparker. There's like 30 of them things packed in there. It's as many as I could stick in it. Tops whistle. This is a little roll of duct tape I got from some kit. I don't remember. Little thing of string from that same kit. I think it was one of those Coglins. This is, I think from that same little Coglin kit. It's just black thread. And then this is from Best Glide as well. I forget who makes these. These are a company that's been around for a long time. But Best Glide seems to be the only one who sells them now. It's like the Strike Master. Strike Master, that's the name of it. I like them because they're smaller and round. Like this is more of a keychain thing. And like between those two, you got fire covered. And then this is a Kaminga button compass that came off of its wristband. So I just made it the one for the survival kit. It's one of the phosphorescent ones, not one of the tritium ones. So in its totality here, basically, you have some wood carving tools and cutting tools that you might need. This could even be a much bigger knife, depending on what we're doing. It could get attached to the outside of the bag. You know, this is a stand-in for the fixed blade knife I'm likely to be carrying. Would be something about like this. Pocket fixed blade. And like I said, in my wallet, I have a sharpening stone and some Band-Aids, magnifying glass. On my keys, I have another flashlight. Trying to think of what else I got. A little Swiss tool thing on my keys. But you know, some of that is made to be integrated into this too. So there's no sharpening system here because that's so important. It's integrated into my wallet. We'll cover that in a different episode, I guess. But it's just a NAF's diamond hone. They make a little double-sided diamond hone that's pretty cheap and very small. And I made a piece of veg tan leather equal in size to it and coated it in buffing compound. And it's a little tiny pocket strap in my wallet. So I always have a 400 grit and 600 grit diamond stone and a strop, which means we can make pretty much anything razor. That's what I would advise you do rather than carry sharpening equipment in this. We do have sharpening equipment in this bigger kit here, which I brought out to talk about that. If you want a camp chair on your kit, these are Ranger bands. This is a USMC kind of admin pouch. All I did was loop those in. And that's my survival kit, and now my camp chair's on it. And I'm getting a new one of these that is closed cell foam, so it doesn't need to be inflatable, which I think is better. And it's coyote tan, so it being there is not going to be an issue. And then this one's going to go in my car kit, which I like the orange for the car kit because you can signal and shit. So always improving, ever upward. But I threw the sharpening system in here. So this is my web gear sharpening system, and I'm buying new Smith's diamond sharpeners to put in other kits and shit. Like the wood carving kit is going to get one of those, and the car kit's going to get one of those. I have a Smith's diamond hone, so a double-sided It's a yellow kind of a thing you get on Amazon now. Mine I have is an older gray one from 20 years ago, but it's the same product. And in 20 years, I've worn the motherfucker out, but it's a good product. You know, how long do you expect a stone to last? It lasted 20 years of near constant use. So I'm buying 2 more of those. These are DMT stones. I've had this red one since high school. I bought this one in college. This is fine and coarse, and they make an extra fine and extra coarse. And then this is my strop. Again, veg tan leather, hole drilled in it, buffing compound. And it's got a little thing of coyote paracord here because that's what I had when I did this. I didn't always used to have OD green paracord only. I actually still have maybe a little bit of coyote and black still. I use it for various things, art projects and such, and I've even used bright yellow, like honeybee looking shit with like an X pattern of black to it. At least I bought it to use, and then when I ended up not using it, I gave it to one of my nephews. I sent him a care package for his birthday that was kind of a little camping kit, and it included a Gerber axe and that hank of rope. We're starting to get rained on. And his grandma wouldn't let me send him the axe, so I had to take it out, sadly. That's why we still have that. So, you know, nephew number 1, let's call you, sorry you didn't get your axe. He's the eldest of them. That's why he was getting a little Gerber survival hatchet thing. It wasn't like I was giving him a battle axe. But I'm going to get going and put all this up before we get covered in rain, I guess. I'll see you guys later.